Hi, my name is Gabby Almonte, and I'll be giving a speech over Is Love Really Real at First Sight? Now, when we think of love at first sight, we immediately think of Disney princesses. Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, they all had this one thing in common. They fell in love with their prince at first sight. Now, can we really believe that's true? I don't think so, because how can we truly put all our love and trust into someone that we just met once across the room? I don't think it's fate, I just think that's a normal human instinct to look around our surroundings. Now, how can we trust that person to truly spend our rest of our lives with whenever we automatically meet eyes with them across the room? Now, there are many different factors why this can support my claim, and there are many different factors that can contribute to this because there are many different factors that people don't take into consideration whenever we believe in love at first sight. One of the biggest ones is all the brain chemicals that are set off in our brain whenever we think of love, or whenever we're in love with someone. These two biggest ones are dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine helps set the reward of our brain, which sets off that euphoric feeling we feel whenever we're in love. Oxytocin helps us put more trust in someone new that we aren't normally going to trust. Now, this is important because all these feelings that we feel whenever we're in love with someone are just as equivalent as us if we were going to take a highly addictive drug. Let's think of fentanyl or even cocaine for longs. Now, just think of that because every single time we're in love with someone or we claim to be in love with someone, we're just doing the same thing as being addicted to drugs. Now, being in love with someone and doing all this stuff can feel great, and that's because of these chemicals. Now, to dive in more of a social aspect of it and all these studies done, let's talk about the t-shirt study. And basically, the study was done, all these women were giving t-shirts. Now, they weren't told what these t-shirts were, who belonged to these t-shirts, or like what was even on them. They were all natural, no deodorant, no cologne, no anything on them. And all these women were more likely to be derived and drawn to more of a musk-like smell while they were on their ovulation cycle. Now, this is important because while we don't think odor plays a big part, if someone were just to walk by and make eye contact with us, we're more drawn to those. Us as women are more likely to be drawn to those more musk-like, depending on our menstrual cycle. And we don't believe it, but pheromones also have an important part of our attraction towards someone. And many people don't believe that, but studies have shown that we're more likely to be drawn to someone. Women, I like to clarify, women are more likely to be drawn to someone, depending on their menstrual cycle, with more musk-like smell. Now, to go into more of a deeper cycle, let's talk about eye contact. Eye contact is such a widely smiled upon thing, and we all use it in job interviews, everyday life, and even just in things that we don't even think about. And eye contact is such a big role. You can read, it's the biggest physical nonverbal communication that we can have. Now, honestly, there was a study done that there were all these strangers and they talked for 60 seconds. None of them even knew each other, had no boundaries or no connection before this. But the people that did this study were more connected to the people that they had longest eye contact with, and those are the people that they felt more drawn to. And on top of that, the studies even had a stronger connection whenever they were allowed to have physical touch, like hand holding, or even a simple caress to the arm. Now, these only helped with people that already clarified themselves as romantic before the study. The people that clarified themselves as non-romantic, they didn't really have an impact on the study or even felt anything with the eye contact or physical touch. Now, in conclusion, I really don't think love at first sight is real, but love is a beautiful thing. We all feel it. Us as humans, we need it. But I truly think that we don't need to put our trust into someone and worry about having this high expectation of, oh, it's love at first sight. Oh, I love this person at love at first sight. Because it's just not maintainable. I think that we need to encourage slow building relationships. We don't need to worry about, oh, this guy met with me and I met him on Tinder, but we didn't have that powerful connection when we first met each other, like whenever we looked at each other. That's okay. It's not normal to have love at first sight with someone. Love at first sight doesn't work unless you have a strong physical attraction to someone, and studies have showed that. But I think people need to go on these dates, and you need to go out and experience things. You don't need to try to fulfill this expectation that you're going to meet someone, love them at first sight. So go on that date with someone that you met on Tinder. It doesn't matter, because all you're trying to do is find the love of your life without even meeting them at first sight. Thank you.